Nerd Bros podcast, episode 12.
Yes, sir, chat. Episode 12 is crazy. We've had a lot of difficulties. A few of you were in here during the live, but of course, we had some crazy problems. So far, it's looking good on my end. Okay, so what I'm doing is we're just recording it, live stream, but we're gonna make it. Actually, I might just make it public tonight. At this,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to delay it, I guess. So,
Right.
So we got through a little bit of the news and rumors, but now we're just gonna, restart.
I think we're going to start off, going to pray again, and hopefully this time everything goes good. So we're going to start off right. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for this day. And thank you for this opportunity to correct our mistakes from just technology not working, Lord. I praise you for all that you do. I pray that you bless this time that we spend together as we just talk about nerd stuff. And I pray, Lord, that whoever is watching this and the playback after the fact, I pray that they will just enjoy tonight. I pray that you help us to grow closer to you, Lord, and everything that we say, think, and do. I pray for those who are watching, Lord. I pray that if they don't know you, I pray that they will come to know you and that you'll just continue to change their lives and change our lives as well. But please bless this podcast tonight, Lord, and just please be with us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Got my got the lucky cross, bro. I'm gonna keep this in my hand so that we can, this day's going good.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's try this again, chat. Let's try this again.
All right. Starting off how we always do, news and rumors. First off, the Wolverine game trailer dropped this past week. Obviously, I know we both think it looks pretty sick, but how does it make you feel that Star Wars is not doing something like this?
Like, why? Chat. Hold on, chat. I gotta say something. That was rage bait. That is rage bait right there. That's what that was. It makes me upset. Okay, it makes me very upset. Although upset. we are still getting Jedi 3 as of right now. Just want to throw that out there.
Maybe not.
See, now why you have to do? Chat, bro. I'm telling y'all, dude. It's wild.
Yeah. I thought Wolverine looked sick, though. This game got leaked like 4 years ago, and we haven't had an announcement or anything since. But I think it looks great. I think that the fact that you can have his healing factor, the fact that he fights the way that he does, Omega Red's in the game, Mystique, I know the X-Men are possibly going to be rumored, like Jean Grey's rumored to be in the game. Ooh. I think this game's going to be phenomenal.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks good. Again, I'm going to reiterate because obviously nobody's ever again going to see the first part because I'm going to delete it. But the state of play was trash, in my opinion. Not only the fact that we didn't get any Star Wars announcements, which obviously is going to break my heart. It was just bad in general. Wolverine trailer was the highlight by far. But 35 minutes, bro, for a state of play. And just to say this too, chat, I'm not the only one that said it. If you were in the live on the PlayStation channel on YouTube, bro, it was the entire chat calling it trash. It was crazy.
Yeah. My thing is too is like, you think that every IP, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and then obviously you have other games, like you have, like, if Activision was going to do something, if EA was going to do something, you think that they would announce a big game every year for each company, at least one.
Yeah. It's just crazy, dude. I don't know what they're doing. Games are starting to cost between $500 million to $1 billion. It's like I don't really get it. It doesn't make any sense.
It's not sustainable either because it's going to get to a point one day it's just going to be way too much, and then what, they're going to just cancel video games.
I very much believe come the next generation of consoles, so PS6 and whatever, I kind of feel like $100 might be the norm.
Oh man,
would it surprise you?
No, but thinking about it like that, next year's a game where I'm potentially buying 5 video games. If they were all $100 a piece, you're telling me I'm going to drop $500 a year for video games? That's insane, bro.
And you know the consoles are going to be ridiculous.
Oh,
I genuinely think the PS6 is going to be $750.
I could see that. I think
there's
that's realistic.
There's no way the PS5 Pro is $750 right now, and the PS6 is going to go back to $500. There's no way.
It might be 8, bro.
Hopefully, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and just manifest this. We're gonna turn this into reality. Come the PS6, the release of the PS6 is gonna come along with a big Marvel game and a big Star Wars game, and Evan and I are gonna get these consoles for free as content creators. Bro, I'm saying, dude, with the Nerd Bros house.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
They're buying us a house.
That's right, baby. Yeah, bro.
Oh,
I don't know, man. This a lot of the stuff that they're doing with the gaming industry is pretty crazy to me. I will say really quick for you and me, it looks good. It looks very solid.
You no longer sound like T-Pain.
All right. Honestly, too, bro. I just thought of this, and I'm just going to mention it now because I might as well. I wonder if you went live like this, if you wouldn't have to screen record, and you just did it private like this.
Maybe. I am screen recording actively right now, though.
Are you?
I'm trying it, and it's going pretty well.
Yeah. Well, next time or we can always do a test stream. So, just throw it out there. Yeah. We're trying to make it easier on us, chat. All right.
But yeah. So we'll get to the second point, and then after that, it's going to be all brand new. The second point for news and rumors was that Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. It will save the comic book industry. This was a take given by the Iron Man 3 director. So he's worked with RDJ. We already briefly touched on it, that it doesn't really seem like he's going to save it single-handedly, because DC is set up to be, it looks promising.
A powerhouse, bro.
And so I think Robert Downey Jr. will massively contribute to Marvel being saved. But superhero films, I think that they're already in the making of just, they're on the right track.
Yeah, I do too. I very much do too.
All right.
All right,
let's move on to the next one.
Man,
all this is fresh.
Now we're about to be fresh, chat. Pause.
So fresh and so clean.
Some pretty cool news, chat, for Star Wars. The Ahsoka season 2 has wrapped filming. There was a pretty, I don't know if you saw, but there was a pretty cool little picture. So they did like a whole, it was a party for the end of the wrapping of the film. And Rosario Dawson took the picture. There was a couple of people that I didn't know who they were, so I would say new characters, or maybe just extras or anything like that. But then also Natasha and Ivana were in it, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool picture. Yeah,
I did not see that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Rosario's hair was really short, which obviously that happens when she's filming for Ahsoka because she has to have the Leiku on, so she can't have long hair. But
bro, I remember the first time you told me it was called a Leiku, bro.
Chat, he had no idea.
Made me die. That was so funny, bro.
Homie had no idea. I mentioned Leiku, and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro, like Ahsoka's head tails." He was like, "How do you know that?" So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm super excited for Ahsoka season 2. Obviously, Did you? I don't know if you saw this, but did you see that there were like some content creators that were flown out and they let them on the set while they were rapping?
I did
Crazy.
not.
Yeah. I don't really. I've only seen two different pictures. I don't know who they are. I don't even know like their online, you know, usernames or anything. So I don't know who they are or why they were invited and nobody else was, but it was interesting.
Dude, could you imagine being on the set for Ahsoka? Imagine, bro, they are doing like Clone Wars stuff with like the Mortis arc, and they had like literally like a whole set that like you could just go and walk and like see the statues of the father and like stuff.
And I couldn't say anything. Do you know how hard that would be? Bro, my first instinct would be, well, obviously you'd probably be with me. My first instinct would be to tell you or tell my dad, but then I'd want to make a video about it, and you can't. So that'd be
The only
interesting.
person you could really tell would be Ted,
Wait, why's that?
because me and your dad would obviously already know. You just gotta
Oh
tell
well,
Ted,
yeah.
and then you just you have it
Yeah,
out.
if I didn't tell Ted, he'd be upset with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, we're 10 minutes in, so we're kind of flowing good.
Yeah, yeah, we're not doing bad.
No.
You got any more for that?
I think I've said my piece. Obviously, I have my theories, but I'm gonna try and save those for some videos. So
Right. Um, the last bit of news that we do have for this evening, Sony has canceled their NYCC panel, and so that means we're not going to get anything about Spider-Man.
no
We're not going to
Miles,
get anything
nothing.
about Spider-Verse. Yeah,
No.
like, and because I know at first John Bernthal was supposed to be there for probably for the Punisher, but he's filming right now. But yeah, like all other stuff is canceled. So my question is, when are they going to tell us anything about this film? I know it just started filming in the beginning of August, but like they could have released something cool.
I think the question is NYCC going to be a flop?
Potentially, because it's like,
Dude, San
I don't
Diego
even
Comic Con
know.
this year was a flop, bro.
Yeah, we didn't get any big news at all.
We didn't get nothing. Of course, Star Wars didn't get anything, because why would we?
That's a fair statement.
I mean, bro.
I feel like Disney hates Star Wars fans.
Dude, no. I need to really watch what I say here. I don't think Disney hates Star Wars fans. I just think Lucasfilm is making some odd decisions.
You know what? I'll stand my ground on my take because you know some of the stuff we're going to be talking about later.
Or you don't even have a
I
clue.
think Disney.
You
I
don't even
think
have a
Disney
clue.
hates Star Wars fans, and I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna keep standing on that hill.
I don't think you're ready for my big segment.
Probably not.
Because I don't think you know about it all, but I don't think you fully viewed it in the way I'm gonna put it. So I'll say
Okay.
that. I'll say that. Chat, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think from what I'm looking at right now, this might be the move for the pod for a little while. Because
It ain't too bad.
it kind of sucks not having a live chat, but also at the same time, it'll probably shorten our pods and make them a lot more to the point. So
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
but yeah,
Are you ready for the mystery segment?
is that where we're going? Is that where we're going?
You got that piece of paper ready?
Yeah, let me get my piece of paper because Evan told me this was crazy. Let me kind of move my mic too.
I don't think you're gonna want to be my friend after the segment.
Got the paper, chat. Where's my pen at though? All right, bro. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this segment has never been done on the pod. It's brand new. Mystery segment. Every week we switch back and forth. Who has the mystery segment? and obviously the person who hosts it caters it to the person who's doing it.
Right.
So welcome to Keep 2 and Cut 8.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
what?
When I say Cut 8, I'm meaning they are deleted forever from existence. And you only get to keep 2 things on this list.
Is it the 10 movies?
No, absolutely not. I wasn't going to make it that easy for you.
Okay. Yeah, that is easy.
This is all Star Wars related things.
Oh my goodness. All right.
So this
is interesting, chat.
You get to keep 2 of them.
All right.
The rest is gone forever.
Let me get my stuff ready.
All right. So, starting off this list, I'll give you the whole list.
Oh, okay.
And then you can go through it. You can go through it, process of elimination, and see what you want to keep and what you want to cut. So, starting off, we have Battlefront 2. The new Battlefront 2, not the old one.
Chat, I already see where this is going. This is... All
right. The second one, we have the character Darth Maul.
Oh my goodness, you're mixing...
I told him he's not going to want to be my friend.
All right.
The third thing on this list is Galaxy's Edge.
Ooh. Okay.
The fourth thing on this list is collectible lightsabers. And yes, that includes theory sabers.
That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So, oh my goodness.
I'm having a blast.
Chat, really quick, I want y'all to know. Okay, for because I'm definitely going to make this into a short. For the short, I want you to tell them what we're doing. So then I can say what I'm going to say. Tell them what we're doing.
So, we are doing Keep 2 and Cut 8. You have to keep 2 things on this list, and the rest are deleted forever.
So, chat, he just said collectible lightsabers, and then added that includes theory sabers, because he knows that is a company I want to work with. I just want to throw that out there. He's like, that's dirty, chat. That is dirty, bro. All right, go ahead.
Number 5 on this list. We have Revenge of the Sith.
You're not going to like me next week. That's what I'm going to say to you. That's what I'm going to say to you, bro.
Oh, dude. I was thinking about this last night when I was making this. I'm like, dude, he's going to have such a hard time with this list.
Bro, keeping 2, though, is crazy.
I know. I almost let you keep 5 and cut 5, but I'm like, that's too easy.
You think?
So, yep. Yeah, 2 and 8. All right. Number 6 on this list is the character Ahsoka Tano.
All right.
The 7th thing on this list is Star Wars Legos. That includes collectible sets and video games.
Bro, oh my lord, chat. This is ridiculous. There's no right answer here, bro.
I feel like this is harder for you than putting the movies in a ranking.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, number 8. We have the Clone Wars series.
Oh my lord.
Number 9. Black Series figures.
See, You know I love those, but there's no way that makes the cut. There is no
I know.
possible way.
I had to give you a couple like easier ones. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can get rid of this.
The thing is, I love Black Series figures, but they're getting a little.
Yeah. And the final thing on this list, the character, Luke Skywalker.
Dude.
That is your 10. You have to decide which two you are keeping, all content or anything made around them, and the rest are going to be removed from existence.
I do have one thing to say here. There's no way, like, it's completely wrong if I keep Clone Wars that I can't have Ahsoka and Maul. How's that work?
I thought about that last night. You could have the Clone Wars, but those characters will be deleted from the Clone Wars continuity.
What? Then what's the point of picking Clone Wars, chat?
There's a lot of good moments in Clone Wars. You have the Mortis arc.
With no Ahsoka.
Yeah. You got Palpatine. You got Dooku still. Like, dude, you got a lot of good characters and a lot of good moments for those characters in Clone Wars.
Man, dude, this is yo. So the 10 options that I have here are Battlefront 2, Darth Maul, Galaxy's Edge, collectible lightsabers, Revenge of the Sith, Ahsoka, Star Wars Legos, that's including the Legos and the Lego games, the Clone Wars, Black Series, and Luke Skywalker. Now, I've got my first one. I wonder if you know what my first one is.
I'm going to go with Battlefront 2 because we're probably not going to get a Battlefront 3.
Chat. I was going to say Battlefront 2, but he just had to pour salt on the wounds, bro.
Well, bro, you got to keep it because you don't know if you're ever going to get anything else like it. Then what are you going to do? Go back to Battlefront 1?
We're keeping Battlefront 2, chat. We're keeping Battlefront 2. Dude, oh my goodness. Can I get 3? Yo, this is crazy, bro. Dog.
So, say you pick a character, that means 2 of these other characters are getting deleted forever. I think I know one. Actually, no, I know 2 for a fact that you will probably not keep.
What?
Black Series figures, because we already talked about it. And I don't think you're going to keep Galaxy's Edge.
No. It's really hard to say, but I'm not keeping collectible sabers either.
I don't think you're keeping Legos either.
Probably not.
So Luke Skywalker, The Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano, Revenge of the Sith, and Darth Maul.
Dude, this was mean, bro. Like, genuinely, this is torture. So
I want you to think about this. If you keep Revenge of the Sith, that means that you keep all of the in-between of 2 and 3. That's gone. That's gone. Anakin's Padawan is gone. Darth Maul, gone. Basically...
Wait, does that mean Phantom?
It messes up Phantom Menace.
Bro, what are you doing? Chat, what is this torture, bro? Like, I can't even... This is wild. I'm going to say really quick, this is going to be a video this week. Because, dog. Man. So, I'm keeping Battlefront 2. Wait. Does that mean I can't play as Maul in Battlefront 2?
Or Ahsoka.
Well, she's not in the game,
Oh,
but no Maul.
that was not meant to remind you. That was mean. That was an accidental.
That was
That's an
meant to
accidental
remind
shot.
Chat. Don't let him lie to y'all, Chat. That's a number
That was
9, bro.
accidental. No, that's not a number 9. We ain't doing that.
Oh man, dude. It's crazy to me to think that Battlefront 2 was such an easy pick here. See, because that's the thing. The Clone Wars seems like it's staring me in the face, like it's an obvious pick. But when you take Maul and Ahsoka out of the Clone Wars, it really diminishes that that piece of Star Wars, bro. Especially season 7. It kills season 7. Savage Opress is nothing without Maul, right? Obviously you lose all of the Ahsoka Anakin stuff. This is ridiculous, bro. I don't think I've ever been asked a harder question in my life. Like, this is wild.
What's crazy too, you're not even considering Luke.
Dude, probably, bro. One of the coolest things that happened with Luke, you're taking Ahsoka. Like, what?
Bro, that's like, dude, you gotta think. There's no Luke at the end of Mando season 2. There's no Luke in Battlefront. There's no Luke. There's basically no original trilogy.
I will say, I'm going to be perfectly honest. If Darth Vader was on this list, I'd already be done.
Oh, I thought that was too easy. He was going to be number 10 until I was like, no. So then I put Luke.
That's fair. That's fair. Darth Vader, yeah, I'd already be done. But this is just, bro. Like, I'm trying to, like, chat, look at this, bro. Like, I look like a dork right now, okay? Like, I'm sitting here looking at this list. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put my X next to Galaxy's Edge. As much as I love Galaxy's Edge, been there. It's great. No thanks, bro. Sabers? Nah. Dude, but getting rid of Lego is still just
all Lego.
Bro, I'm starting to build a nice little Lego collection, bro. And you know I love the games. I mean, bro.
We just talked about it the other night.
That's what I'm saying, dude. This is rough. I might have to narrow these down. Black Series gone. So we're left with Maul, Revenge of the Sith, Ahsoka, Lego, Clone Wars, and Luke. I'm going to do the hard thing, chat. Pause. And and I'm going to go ahead and take Luke off the list. That's dude, rough,
that
dude.
Gets, that gets rid of Luke and Heir to the Empire.
That gets rid of Legends Luke. Oh
Legends Luke.
Oh, my goodness, bro.
It's literally Darth Vader is saying, "I am your father" to the heir right now.
Dude, how did you possibly come up with this? Because this is ridiculous.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. Because I've seen like people keep 5, cut 5 before. But so I was watching the game last night, the Packers game, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, what segment could we do tomorrow? And I'm like, I want to make this so challenging that where he actually has to think about it. I don't want to make it easy. And I had to put your favorite character on there. That had to be a thing. I put a lot of your favorite things about Star Wars on this list intentionally because I'm like, I'm gonna make him pick. But I was like, I don't want to do all characters because I know that'd be too easy. I don't want to do all movies or shows because that's too easy. It has to be the entire world of Star Wars.
Movies definitely would have been easy. Because it would have been Empire and it would have been
Revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he picked pick 2, get rid of 8. Next week, chat, we're doing pick 1, get rid of 37. That's what he's doing. All right. That's what's happening. Because this is crazy. I feel like next that has to go is, oh man. Because that's the thing. With Clone Wars, I'm losing Ahsoka and Maul. right? With Lego, do you know what my bro? Do you know what my very first Lego set was ever?
What?
Clone Wars Season 7, Duel on Mandalore with Ahsoka and Maul. Now I gotta get rid of that if I keep Lego. Like, what are we doing? Like, bro, this is crazy, dude.
I knew that rule was gonna be so sad too.
Oh
Just like,
my goodness.
because yeah, there wouldn't be a point. Like, oh, you know, I get Ahsoka and Maul and Clone Wars. Yeah, I knew that was gonna come up.
Gosh, bro.
This is so fun.
I'm getting rid of Lego.
Dang.
I'm getting rid of Lego, bro. That is crazy.
I just want to make it known, bro. You just broke Ted's heart.
I know. I broke my heart. What do you mean? I don't get to play a Lego game.
Now, to be fair, you didn't break it entirely.
This is what just happened.
It's Star Wars Lego.
Gone. Wait. So you're telling me I got to keep all the second-rate Lego IPs? That's what you're telling me.
Looks like you're going to start collecting Harry Potter Legos.
That's not a bad thing. I also do have some Minecraft Legos. Bro, but what's got to go next?
I think Trey's crashing out.
Oh, I'm crashing out. Like, bro, this segment is going on for, like, dude. I'm having to get rid of these, bro.
Deleted forever. Gone from existence.
I don't think you understand what my heart is feeling right now. This is worse than the recent stuff you and I both know about. Worse. Bro. Worse, bro. Dude, this is crazy. I can't even, like...
Oh, man. The country of Italy would not be happy with you right now. Oh.
Dude, oh my goodness, bro. So we got Maul, we got Revenge of the Sith, we got Ahsoka, we got Clone Wars. Say goodbye to Maul. Say goodbye, bro.
All right. So we're down to 2 characters and 2 projects as far as movie or film.
This is torture. Like, I just want to like let that be known, bro. I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Ahsoka.
Bro, would it have been better if I only let you keep one?
One what?
Out of the entire list?
No, it wouldn't.
Dude, I thought about it, but I'm like, I thought 2 was solid. I'm like, you can have 2 things. And you gotta think, too. The rest of Star Wars is still there.
What? Bro. Whoa. What's happening? Like, is Leia Force sensitive now and she's fighting Vader? Like, what? This is like Rebuild the Galaxy, bro. This is literally what we're doing. It's literally what we're doing, bro. About to have Darth Dev, bro. Where is my
Super Sue?
Stupid ads, bro. Bro. That's how I get my lighting, chat, is my TV. Nobody knows that, but that's...
Do now. Nobody knows. All right, so we got Revenge of the Sith, Clone Wars, and Luke... No. Yeah, Luke Skywalker, right?
No.
Oh, no, we're down to 2. Never mind, we're down to 2. Clone Wars or Revenge?
I'm gonna be honest, chat. I'm keeping Revenge of the Sith. And the reason I'm keeping Revenge of the Sith is because Clone Wars without Maul and Ahsoka falls off a cliff. But at least Revenge of the Sith still stays. It still stands how it is. So nothing about that movie gets diminished. So we're keeping Battlefront 2 and Revenge of the Sith, chat. That was
I wasn't going to tell you this until you made your final pick. If you were going to pick the Clone Wars, which you can't now, you already made your final. If you were going to pick the Clone Wars, I was going to let you keep either Maul or Ahsoka.
Now what kind of baloney is that?
I thought about it because I started feeling bad, but then I'm like, as only if he picks it, I'll let him know. But then you picked Revenge, but it makes sense. Hey, think about it. Think about it. Ahsoka would still never fight Maul, and then you wouldn't even have 3.
Yeah. I probably still at that point would have stuck with it.
Thing is, though, even if you deleted Revenge of the Sith, you still have Anakin turning to the dark side in Clone Wars Season 7. Right? Because it ties in.
I mean, yeah, I guess he does technically he's Vader at the end, yeah. But what good does that do? He's gonna fight nobody because Luke's not there. Like, I don't. This is, bro. This is awful. All right, chat. Battlefront 2 and Revenge of the Sith made the cut. Let me know in the comments what you guys would have picked out of these 10 options. You can only keep 2, right? So it's actually it's going to be really interesting to see people's the 2 they'd pick. What would you pick out of these?
Ooh. Personally,
not so easy, huh?
I think I'm keeping Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And I'll keep Clone Wars.
It's fair. Nobody understands what Battlefront 2 means to me, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, I told you you're going to have a difficult time.
Dude, that difficult is an understatement there, bro. That is wild. That is wild. Yeah, chat. Like, I don't even I don't even know what to say now. Like, I will say I'm happy with my picks. I'm happy.
I think they're solid.
I think they really. In all fairness, chat, I really feel like me and Evan are at the very, very beginning of our YouTube journeys. And so you guys don't even really understand how much Clone Wars stuff I'm going to make. It's going to have its own, like, its complete own playlist on my channel. I'm going to do Legends lore, canon lore, and I'm going to have a whole separate one for Clone Wars era. And so that hurt to take that out. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Because the Clone Wars stuff is just peak to me. Yeah, that was, I will say, very, very creative mystery segment. That was very good. That was very good.
I had a blast.
I'm sure you did. Crazy, bro. That was wild. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, bro. I think you need to do the other one next.
Yeah.
Because I am like still. That is just crazy. I think we need to save that one for the end now because I did a lot of talking there. I think you need to.
That's cool.
Split it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful segment though. That was incredible.
Thank you. This is the Marvel Zombies spoiler review. So, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll give you the brief warning. Come back to this and watch it later because I'm gonna be. Yeah, Trey hasn't seen it,
bro. Did you see that?
Yeah, bro. It said it was good that you hadn't seen it. I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy right now.
All right, chat. So before we get into this, I'm gonna give my piece really quick. I got 3/4 of the way through episode 1, and it was a yawn fest for me, bro. It was a yawn fest. I do want to finish it. I'm not really too worried about spoilers, to be perfectly honest. So you can, talk freely. Clearly this is our platform, talk freely. So, it was a yawn fest, man. I was not feeling it, but I am gonna finish it.
With that being said, when we get to the very end and I give my rating, it's gonna be night and day. Because I actually really enjoyed this show. Thought it was a blast. So what I'm gonna start off doing, I'm gonna give brief plot synopsises for each episode. That way everybody knows what was going on, and I'll talk about this what I liked and disliked from the episode. So episode 1, it takes place 5 years after the outbreak from What If Marvel Zombies, that episode. So 5 years later, we have Kate Bishop, we have Riri Williams and Kamala Khan and Friday, and they're all teamed up. They're scavenging New York. Basically, they're trying to survive. And all of a sudden, they see a Quinjet fly down from the sky. It crashes, so they go and investigate. So inside, there is a SHIELD agent, dead, or presumed dead. Riri uses some technology. They find this little device that's inside them. They get it out, and basically, at that moment, zombie Hawkeye attacks them. Pretty sick. I enjoyed this scene. I thought it was cool seeing Hawkeye. Cool. And then Kate fights back. They get out of there, no problem. And basically what they're doing, they're traveling to a SHIELD base, which is located in Ohio, which is pretty cool because it sets up later, because Red Guardian, Yelena and their whole family from like Black Widow, they lived in Ohio. So they're going to the SHIELD base in Ohio, but it's their house. So that's pretty sick. And they're going there to find out basically what to do with the device. Because they realize that this device has hope to send a signal to the Nova Corps and basically call for help in the midst of the zombie apocalypse. So they travel to the SHIELD base, and that's where the device gets activated. But along the way, on their way there, that's when they go through this shortcut, and you find Icarus, who we haven't seen since the Eternals, which I'm not a big Eternals fan, but it's cool seeing him again. And he's fighting against a zombified Captain Marvel.
That was cool.
Honestly, it was pretty cool. It's one of the better parts of the entire episode because it was some action. It wasn't just story. Episode 1, I understand. Episode 1 is the slowest episode of the 4.
Interesting. Okay.
But from then on, dude, it picks up. So their fight creates a lot of destruction, and it's in this fight because Kate Bishop gets a trick arrow from Hawkeye, one that he shot at her, and she takes this trick arrow. She goes to shoot it at Captain Marvel, and it's like a confetti arrow. And then Kate Bishop literally gets nuked off of the planet Earth, which was the first death of the show. Oh, sorry, second if you count the zombie pilot. But big character, first death of the show, insane. I was not ready for it. But so that was crazy. Basically, Kamala gets mad. Kamala was the main character of the show, which I did not know going into it. I don't hate it. I like Iman Vellani. I think she's really good as the character. There's some other characters I wish got a little bit more shine, but I thought her being the main character wasn't a bad thing. But basically, Riri and Friday, they get Riri tells Friday to get Kamala out of there. So Kamala gets saved. Riri makes a sacrifice, and basically, Riri stays behind to fight off the zombies. She's presumed dead, and basically, Kamala she's running away, and she gets rescued from all this because she's getting chased, and she gets rescued by the best character in the entire show, and that is Blade Knight.
Best character, really.
Best character of the entire show. Blade Knight is phenomenal, bro. And I love the way that they had him because when they were writing for Blade, because obviously we still have not got the live action Blade film. But when they were writing for him, they're like, listen, we don't want to like cross any lines of what's going to be happening in the movie and what's going to happen with the live action. So like, how can we write a story that's not going to step on any toes? Well, they made him a Fist of Khonshu, which was pretty cool. And the way they explained it was Mark Spector, Moon Knight, he died in the apocalypse. And Khonshu, he needed a new avatar. So he goes to Blade. And Blade Knight was created. And phenomenal. He has some of the best scenes in the entire show. So he finds Kamala, and basically they head to the Shield base in Ohio, and that's where they meet Melina Vostokov. They meet Red Guardian. They meet Yelena, and they're all staying at this base. It's their house, but it's still a base, but it's surrounded by a bunch of zombies, and they're all mind controlled through science, and they are protecting the base.
So is this pretty much a What If spinoff? Is that?
Pretty much. It's a spin-off from that episode. And they were waiting to see the results from this episode to see like what viewership was. I read earlier today, because if this did well, they're talking about a season 2. This show majorly exceeded expectations.
Good. It
blew up, and season 2 is going to happen. So, episode 1, that's episode 1 in a nutshell.
How was the ratings?
I'm not sure the exact rating. I know that the critic ratings when this show first came out were terrible. They gave like a 65%.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that, and I'm like after watching the whole thing, I'm like, I don't agree. I don't agree whatsoever. Episode 1 though, it had cool moments. Not the best episode. Honestly, out of the 4, it's the worst episode. But episode 2 is where things start to pick up. Pretty sick. So, basically, episode 1, we're fast forwarding. We actually go back in time because we pick up where Shang-Chi and Katie are. Aquafina. Basically, they're in San Francisco, and the zombie outbreak is happening. Like the PIM lab, where PIM and all that stuff. Like that's all. The zombies are getting grown and shrunk and everything. They're basically taking over San Francisco. So we have Shang-Chi, we have Katie, we have Jimmy Woo, Agent Jimmy Woo, and they're all there when the outbreak happens. So after the outbreak happens, Shang-Chi actually gets bit during this, and he's going to be zombified. His dad shows up with the 10 rings, and so he's helping fight. And basically, when Shang-Chi gets bit, Wenwu gives him all the rings. So Shang-Chi's arm up till about here was turning into a zombie, but the rings stopped him from turning into a zombie.
That's cool.
So it was sick, bro. Such a cool moment. So basically, their group escapes. They leave San Francisco, and then they now have a survival group. And so this group, 5 years later, they're basically on the road, and they're using the 10 rings to help protect themselves. They're fighting with them. They're basically just getting food, what you would normally do in a zombie apocalypse. They have cows. Skrulls show up on these bikes and try to steal their cows from them. They're listening to Journey. It's such a cool moment. It's funny. But basically, their group ends up going to this place. It's called the City on the Sea. And Red Guardian and that group is there. Because Melina Vostokov did sacrifice herself at the end. We don't see that yet though. But basically, Red Guardian and their group is there, and they go to this fortress, this safe haven, and it's converted from a prison. So this City on the Sea is actually the Raft, which is the prison that like Spider-Man puts all of his villains into, all the high security villains. Red Hulk got put there at the end of Brave New World with the leader. So they're in the raft, and it goes underwater, submerges underwater. So the raft is now repurposed for survivors. It's no longer a prison. So they're all going here to escape the zombie apocalypse. They think, oh, we're submerged in water. We'll be good. So throughout this, Shang-Chi's zombified arm is revealed as they're getting ready to enter into this city, and it causes tensions between the people who are already there in their group because they think he's a zombie. So basically, the survivors and the leaders are worried that he's going to infect people. It's not the case. The leader of this place is Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo is in charge with John Walker, the U.S. agent. He is like his second-hand man. They're in charge of this place. It's kind of cool. So they're in control of the city, and he's cautious about the survivors, but he allows them after they talk a little bit, and they give him like stuff that they brought to pay to get in, basically. So the survivors learn that the seas, basically, they submerge in. But what they come to find out pretty soon, the survivors learn that the seas are no longer safe from zombies because the Atlanteans have been infected and they are now zombies. And that is where Namor himself shows up. And I'm not even kidding you, dude. I think out of all of the zombies in the show, he's the scariest. He is scary. So he shows up. His presence is terrifying. The zombie threat isn't just on land, it's in the sea. And basically, this sets up the city on the sea as even more of a vulnerable safe haven since it floats in the water and is now within reach of Namor and all of the hordes of zombies. Namor comes in, he attacks. Um, he, a lot of people die. He basically chops up John Walker with one swift movement. Basically, in order for a lot of the survivors who are there, so like Red Guardian's group, Jimmy Woo, Shang-Chi, and all them, in order for them to get away, Yelena sacrifices herself. She stays behind. And Red Guardian, so he witnessed the death of his wife in the first one. And he witnesses the death of his, well, he doesn't witness, but she stays behind. So his daughter dies in the second one. So it's sad. It's so sad. And I will say too, we didn't touch on this, but when the Red Guardian team group is leaving the base in Ohio, that is when the scene with Blade shows up, when Zombie Ghost happens, because basically Okoye is the second in command to the Scarlet Witch. Her and all of the hordes of zombies, so we have Zombie Captain America, Zombie Hawkeye, we have Zombie Abomination, all of them show up to the base and they're trying to infiltrate it. Zombie Cap is ridiculously OP. He does die. But yeah, Zombie Ghost fights Blade Knight in that scene, and he goes to work. He slices and dices her, and it's in the trailer. It's one of the best scenes in the entire show. It's so cool. So episode 2 got a lot better. Like, there's not a lot of like filler. It's mainly like, okay, there's a purpose. They get to their purpose, and then all the action happens. And Namor's sick. You'd like episode 2 better than 1.
You think?
Absolutely.
It sounds that way.
All right, so episode 3. The episode opens with a flashback. Basically, it goes back to like the end because we see Zombie Thanos in What If. And he doesn't have all the stones yet, but he's trying to get all the Infinity Stones. It goes though, and we're on Wakanda, and we see Spider-Man, we see Black Panther, and we see the dismembered head of Scott Lang, who has like the case around him, and Doctor Strange's cape, and they're all in Wakanda, and they're expecting it to be safe. However, Wakanda has fallen, and they discover that zombified Thanos is there, and he's wielding the Infinity Gauntlet, so they got to stop him. So, also in this battle, later in the battle, Rocket and Groot make a cameo with Thor. They basically recreate the Infinity War entrance, except this time it does not go how it went in the movie. Right. They become quickly overwhelmed. Rocket and Groot die. Thor gets knocked out and defeated, basically. It sets up later in this episode for Thor. So basically, T'Challa realizes, he's like, listen, we got to stop Thanos at all costs, because if not, he's literally going to, he has the Infinity Gauntlet and he's raising the dead, all this other stuff. So T'Challa, he doesn't say a single word in this entire episode. Spider-Man narrates it. And it's, yeah, but it's all, T'Challa basically, the whole beginning scene, T'Challa never says a word. It's just all animated, and it's because Chadwick Boseman was supposed to narrate it. He was supposed to narrate that entire scene, but he never got to. So he never says a word.
That was planned that long ago?
Bro, I think they filmed they recorded their voices for this in 2020 to 2021.
Holy crap.
So they probably had this planned in like 2019.
Okay, that's really sad.
Yeah, so
who did the voice for Spider-Man?
I forget his name. It's not Tom. He sounds very close to Tom. He's not a bad Spider-Man. You can tell it's not Tom, but he's close. But yeah, T'Challa was supposed to narrate it, and it makes it so much more impactful because he never says a word.
Yeah.
But he's so heroic because basically he knows that Thanos is going to take over. So there's this huge reactor that's open with all this vibranium and stuff, and he basically tackles Thanos into this pit, and there's a massive explosion, and T'Challa sacrifices himself to save the world, and he gets rid of Thanos. So he tackles him into the vibranium core of Wakanda, dragging both of them into destruction, and it buys time for the others. So Thor is left weakened. He's traumatized by the events because he's burdened because he failed. Kind of similar when he became fat Thor. He doesn't become fat in this, but he's mad that he failed.
He's unburdened by what has been.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So we have the survivors. We have Kamala. We have Blade Knight, Valkyrie, etc. And along with Zemo and other allied characters, they move because they're going to New Asgard. They're looking for a ship, basically, like a plane, something to get them to space. So they go to New Asgard, hoping to find refuge and allies. And what's crazy there is we know going into the show that Scarlet Witch is the main villain. We know this. She's the Queen of the Dead. What's crazy is when they're at New Asgard, they discover that Wanda is there. She looks normal, though. She's not zombified. And her influence runs a lot deeper than they thought. Basically, everybody there, all the warriors, all the people who like showed up in this party of the survivors, they're all there eating food. Wanda warps reality. And all of the food that they're eating, it's not actually food. It's the corpses of zombies. So they all get infected. And
wow.
It's crazy, bro. And all the food that people have been consuming, it's corpses. A lot of them get infected. Like Red Guardian gets infected. It's so sad. Jimmy Woo dies. There's a lot of people who die in this scene. It's crazy. All the Asgardians begin to fall. Valkyrie accuses Wanda of betrayal, and she begins to attack her. Thor's sitting there the entire time. He's not doing a thing. He's like, I'm not having it with anybody. So Wanda stops Valkyrie, indicating that she's no longer stronger and she's no longer in control. And so as the group flees, Wanda finds them and she drags them back down to Earth. Like she's pulling their ship down, kind of like Vader in the Kenobi series. It looks like that. But meanwhile, Thor arrives. And we get the battle of a lifetime. We have Thor versus the Scarlet Witch. It is nuts, bro. It's nuts. So, in the confrontation, Thor helps hold off Wanda and the zombie threat long enough for the survivors to escape, but he remains behind. And importantly, as Thor stays to fight, he makes a symbolic gesture. He grants Kamala Khan the mantle title of Avenger. And it's so cool because she looks at Thor and she's like, "You can't stay behind." She's like, "You're the last Avenger." Yeah.
Now it's lagging.
You okay?
It's lagging really bad.
Shoot.
Okay, it looks good. Continue.
All right. So Thor stays behind, but she's like, "You can't." She's like, "You can't stay behind. You're literally the last Avenger." And he looks at her and he's like, "Well, I guess you're the Avenger now." So Kamala Khan becomes an Avenger. It's so cool.
Ooh.
And he orders them to leave. Kamala tries to stay, but that doesn't happen. The survivors manage to leave Earth. They leave the atmosphere, and they're going to go try to transmit that message to the Nova Corps. And they hope that this is their chance for rescue or aid. But when they got there, their response was not what they expected. Because the Nova Corps, they're already there. They're keeping everybody on Earth from leaving. And they inform them, they're like, Earth has been it's quarantined. You cannot leave. And they were like, we give you 10 seconds to go back down to Earth, or we're going to blow you out of the sky. So the entire show, they're trying to get the Nova Corps for help. And they're not having it. So they have no allies outside of this contaminated Earth.
Interesting.
and that sets up episode 4. See, dude, this show is so good.
It was just such a yawn fest in the first episode, bro.
No.
It's rough.
I'm telling you. All right, so basically, not got much left. We got episode 4 synopsis. I'm gonna give my top 3 characters, and then I'm gonna give my rating. So,
Yeah.
episode 4, the heroes' ship has been shot down by the Nova Corps. They shot them out of the sky, but it's not destroyed, and they are rescued by the sorcerers of Kamertage. Pretty sick. So at Kamertage, they learn that because Wanda's been talking the entire time. She's like, I can't defeat him without your help. She's trying to get Kamala to be on her side. She's like, I need you. And we don't know why. Well, it's because the Infinity Hulk is acting as a kind of anchor. Hulk basically absorbed the power of the Infinity Stones, and he's being held they're being contained within him. Infinity Hulk is insane.
That's kind of wild.
He's nuts, bro. And the sorcerers warn that Wanda has basically she's gotten this huge zombie army aimed at breaking that containment and seizing the stone's power for herself. That's the whole reason she's doing this. She wants the power of the Infinity Stones.
Mm-hmm.
So Wanda sends a major wave of the undead against the Hulk. First, zombies, including Abomination. We have the Atlantean zombies, the giant zombies, the Asgardian zombies, and Hulk resists all of them. He's insane. Wanda personally tries to reach Hulk to siphon off of his power, and she initially she gets repelled by the 10 rings because everybody shows up. It's kind of like a portal scene. We have Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, a few other people show up. It's sick. So Shang-Chi and them are all there protecting. Blade Knight's still here. And meanwhile, the heroes, they enter from this portal, and it's like a defensive barrier against Wanda from touching the Hulk. They form this huge barrier. So various zombified heroes are unleashed against them. We have zombie Hank Pym, zombie Janet Van Dyne, who they started this whole thing in the first place from the Quantum Realm disease. We have zombie Red Guardian, zombie Elena, zombie Hope, zombie Jimmy Woo. Basically anybody who we saw earlier as a hero, they're all back as zombies. But what's crazy is we find out who won between Wanda and Thor because Thor is a zombie.
Mm.
And they're all attacking all the heroes. So in all the chaos, many of the defenders fall. Basically, almost everybody dies. Spider-Man is gone. Shang-Chi is gone. Blade Knight gets killed.
Really
They're
quick,
all gone.
was the scene with Spider-Man ripping off all the heads, was that cool?
Yes, it was sick. Yeah. It was sick. Yeah, bro. But everybody basically dies.
Ooh.
Almost everybody dies, which it's a zombie. It makes sense. Right. So basically, Blade, Shang-Chi, we have Valkyrie, Spider-Man. They all have their moments in this fight. Like Spider-Man ripping off the people's heads with the webs. Blade Knight has even more iconic moments. But then zombie Thor, he plays a major role in breaking through the protections and basically reaching the Hulk. Zombie Thor versus Infinity Hulk is ridiculous.
Interesting.
Crazy fight. So Hulk fights back, eventually delivering a crushing blow, and he smashes Thor's head. It's crazy. So while the heroes are distracted, though, Wanda reaches the Hulk, and she begins draining off his power, using Kamala and her emotional bond as basically the bridge. So she gets to the Hulk, she gets to the power of the Infinity Stones. And as the situation becomes dire and more defenders are lost, she confronts Wanda. She resists, but Wanda tries to persuade her that this is the only way to save everything, to remake the world, and to resurrect all of those who are lost. So with all of her other options basically gone, seeing that her friends have died, Kamala agrees to help Wanda. And she allows Wanda to use her as the key to access the Hulk's power. And then there's an enormous explosion of infinity energy, and it radiates across the Earth. It basically, imagine the Hex in WandaVision, but it's over the entire Earth, not just a town.
Jeez.
So Kamala wakes up in her bedroom at home, thinking that the world has been restored already. Her mom calls her, and all of her friends show up. Kate and Riri show up alive, and everything just seems normal. She reunites with Riri and Kate. And they go to a coffee, they go like a boba shop or something, and they're just hanging out. But when they're sitting there, reality begins to glitch, and she sees a flicker of zombie faces, and the visuals they're just breaking. Reality is not normal. The real Riri Williams shows up, battling zombies, telling Kamala that what she's seeing is basically she's seeing the hex, and it's all an illusion. And then Kamala realizes that she's trapped in an illusion, and the real world is still overrun by the undead. And the series ends on Kamala just looking terrified, and the illusion is collapsing around her.
Interesting. That's actually a really good way to end it, to be honest.
It sets up season 2 perfectly. But bro, that is basically all 4 episodes in 20 minutes.
Chat, I gotta say something really quick. You could tell he enjoyed it by the way he just talked about it. Like, that was sheer love and passion for what he was talking about. I love that.
Bro, it was so good. Like, I'll save my rating for last, but it was good. So my top 3 characters of the entire show. Obviously, I said earlier who my favorite was. My favorite was Blade Knight. Every scene he's in, I guess the term people use now, dude, I'm 24, I don't talk like this, but the term that people use, they said that he was aura farming. The entire show is that, if that's what that means. He's a beast. Second favorite character.
He's old man, chat.
24. Second favorite character was Zombie Scarlet Witch. She was phenomenal. I was happy that Elizabeth Olsen came back. And
yeah, that's wild. That's a big actress to come back for voice, bro.
What's crazy though, because she filmed this like 4 years ago. She filmed it in her own house because it might have been like the end of COVID. She doesn't remember what the show's even about. People were asking her questions at LA Con this weekend. She's like, I have no idea. I haven't seen it.
See, in today's world with like this kind of stuff, they can film that stuff at home. Voiceover, bro.
Yeah. But she had no idea when it was coming out either. And she's like, yeah. So she's like, I'll have to watch it.
That's crazy.
So she was my second favorite character. So Blade Knight, we have Zombie Scarlet Witch, and my third favorite character was Zombie Namor. He's scary, bro.
Interesting.
He is scary. Like, dude, out of everybody in that show, anytime he's on the screen, you're like, yeah, I feel uncomfortable because he's just terrifying. So that's my top 3 characters. If you guys want to see my ranking of the top 5 fights in Marvel Zombies, make sure to check out my YouTube short or my TikTok because it's on there. I gave my top 5 for the fights. But with all of that being said, I have not told this to anybody yet. This is my ranking for Marvel Zombies out of 10. I am giving Marvel Zombies a 9 out of 10.
Interesting.
I love that show. The only thing I think could be a little bit better was the pacing in episode 1.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I feel that way. Clearly I probably should watch it when I go to bed at night.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's so good. At least watch the second episode. At least watch the second one. If you still don't like it after, fine. I'll accept it. But dude, the really cool Blade Knight scene is in the second one, and Namor is in the second one. So make sure you check that out. It's good, bro.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I would recommend it to anybody. I don't know what the critics were thinking because I thought it was great. Marvel animation, for the most part, has done phenomenal. X-Men 97, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and now What If and Marvel Zombies. I really enjoy it.
What If? I did enjoy What If. Yeah.
So, I said my piece. Trey talked for a while. I talked for a while. Now Trey's going to talk for a while, and I'm going to react to what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pretty cool segment here. This is obviously going to be clipped afterwards as well. Let me be sure the stream looks good. So yeah, I'm going to definitely clip this and probably upload it Friday, I would say. Because this is going to be an interesting topic. We're going to be talking some leaks. We're going to be talking some rumors. We're going to be talking the future of Star Wars in the cinema, right? So I've got 11 bullet points right here. Um, we're just going to go down these and talk as we go. So first things first, Sean Levy's upcoming Star Wars project is starring Ryan Gosling and is titled Starfighter, which we've talked about. We've gotten some leaks. Rumors are that Amy Adams' character is a Jedi. It's very interesting to me at first, to be honest. I wasn't expecting her to be playing a Jedi. She's a pretty big actress to be in Star Wars. I wasn't expecting a Jedi. I really wasn't.
Right.
Her character's son is rumored to be the one that's being played by Flynn Gray, and he's rumored to be Force sensitive. How do we feel about that?
How do I feel about that? I know a little bit of context, so I'll just comment on what I feel about him being Force sensitive.
Okay.
I think it's cool that he's Force sensitive.
That's fair.
I think it's cool. I could see why people want Ryan Gosling to be Force sensitive, but might not be. So I don't know how I feel about that, but the kid I think is cool.
I'm one of them. I wanted Gosling to be a Jedi. Obviously, the rumors are that he's not. And I honestly feel like the Starfighter aspect of it, like I feel like he's the main character. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from this, right? Now here's where things get a little interesting, chat. The rumor is that Ryan Gosling's character is said to be trying to get Amy Adams' character's son to Ray. I'm not going to say the last name. I'm just going to say Ray.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, look, chat, I've said it before. I enjoyed the sequels. I'm not ashamed of that at all. But I understand the frustration here. This movie was seeming to be a complete standalone film, and it had people really excited. And now we're seeing a lot of people upset again. It's kind of unfortunate. It is it's pretty unfortunate. Now, here's where we get into some cool fan theories. A massive fan theory going around is that Amy Adams is playing the debut of Mara Jade. Now, that's interesting. I have believed for a while that they were doing that. But here's my thing. I actually just thought of something off the dome. This is what, 5 years after Rise of Skywalker, correct? I think that's right. So
yes.
How old is Amy Adams' character supposed to be? That's the question.
Well, at this point, what? Luke is
dead? Well,
yeah.
I mean, he's old, right? But he's dead. Look, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
I forgot. Oh my gosh.
See, that's part of the thing. Like everybody is saying, everybody's saying that, it's, it's supposed to be, if the rumor is that it's Mara Jade, he's supposed to be Mara Jade and Luke's kid. Bro, if the kid's only 11, it doesn't make any sense now that I'm really thinking about it. It does not make any sense.
No, Mara Jade would have to be like 50s or 60s.
It's not even just that. If the kid's 10 or 11, just say 11. And it's 5 years after Rise. He'd been dead for a year. Yeah, there's no way it makes any sense because he'd had to be... He was doing stuff in the caves with Mara Jade in exile. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
100.
Huh?
Abraham was over 100 when he had a kid.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him supposed to be in exile, bro.
He's so
homie's
old.
homie's supposed to be in Octo just chilling. That's what's supposed to be happening here.
Yeah, the only milk he was seeing was from those creatures.
So, jeez, that green milk, bro. So, are you telling me that Mara Jade's character had a kid with a different dude? Like, I don't. That's not the
My only thing
move, bro.
is, like, are you going to age Amy Adams a ton?
Yeah.
She's like the same age as Luke.
So, yeah, this conversation is kind of making me believe that she's not Mara Jade because it doesn't make any sense in terms of canon at all. Yeah, I mean, so the one of the big questions on this topic. This is for you, my brother.
Oh, great.
Do you like that this is leading to Rey?
Absolutely not.
It's fair.
My thing about it, I know that the Rey movie's coming. I know it's happening. You know what? I don't dislike Daisy Ridley. I will say that too. Don't dislike her. My biggest gripe about this, a big reason I was so excited about this Star Wars project is because I thought that it was going to be a standalone thing. I didn't think it was going to have any connectedness. I didn't think it was going to just be a bridge from the sequels to Rey, and I didn't think that you'd hire Ryan Gosling for a movie that just connects it to the other. I thought that Ryan Gosling was going to be a main man in his own thing and maybe even get a sequel to this. Like, that's why I don't like it, because you're hiring an A-list actor to do a movie like this just so you can set up a movie with a character that is not very popular with a lot of fans. She's very polarizing. The sequels are very polarizing, and the fact that you're using this movie to set that up, possibly, I don't like that.
Which leads me to my next point, chat. It's being rumored that this movie will involve Rey, of course, at the end, and it's going to lead directly into Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's Rey film, which he kind of just touched on.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You just sounded like Doodle Bob. Mignoy, mignoy, noy, noy.
Bro, I was reading.
Re-say that name?
Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy.
Please clip that, somebody.
That's her name, bro. Chad, did I get it wrong? I don't think I got it wrong. That's wild. Dog, that's wild. But yeah, so it's supposed to be leading into that Rey film. Of course, I was excited about the Rey film, but these next two things, my last two things I got on here, this is where Evan's really gonna get, you know. Okay, so.
Oh no.
It's being rumored that the Rey film, okay, is going to lead into 10, 11, and 12, which I think is it Kenberg? Kenberg doing that trilogy?
I think so.
That trilogy is supposed to have Rey as pretty much the main character. I'm not done. The rumor is there is another film that is supposed to have Rey in it, but I don't know what film that is. But I've just been hearing that all over the internet. So is 6 films involving Rey the move for Star Wars? The look on Evan's face right now, chat, is...
You're telling me we're about to have 6 films with Rey?
I think at least 5.
Something that 5 to 6 films with Rey. Something that fans don't want. And yet, what fans do want, which is Battlefront 3, you won't do that? But you're gonna give us 5 to 6 movies with Rey? Or are you gonna bring back Rose Tico?
Dude, that clip is about to go viral. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not happy.
Yeah, that's, you know, when you put it like that, bro, I get what you're saying. because I would prefer
It's
Battlefront 3.
stupid.
Yeah. Look, I'm not a Rey hater. Okay, I love the character. I don't think she's perfect by any means,
No,
but I also don't think we need 6 more films, including Rey, or five.
my
At least we're gonna say at least 5.
my
I don't
thing
think
is
we
too,
need that.
like I mentioned, I don't dislike Daisy Ridley. Ray, I just thought was annoying, but the best part of the sequels was literally Kylo Ren, and you killed him. You killed him. He's not here. What's he gonna come back as a Force ghost mentoring her like Obi-Wan? Oh, I'm not happy.
He did get redeemed, so he could be a Force ghost, but he didn't have time to learn it. Although Anakin didn't either. I'm just gonna say that, you know.
Like that's the thing too. Are we gonna bring back Broom Kid?
Dude, I forgot about Broom Kid, bro. Homie was supposed to be.
That's the
Dude, hold on.
is Broom Kid her son?
Hold
Amy Adams'
on.
son?
Oh my goodness, dude. You might be onto something. Could you imagine? You know how mad people would get if that's the truth? Is if the truth?
It,
If that's the case?
it's Broom Kid. It's Broom Kid.
It's Broom Kid, chat. That's wild. Dude, that didn't even cross my mind. That is insane. Could you imagine? I don't think it is, but
Had that whole ending just for nothing. But now it's about to be something when nobody wants it to be anything.
yeah, man. You know, you made a good point there. We want Battlefront 3. It's a very important point.
Like, at least, even if you're not going to give us Battlefront 3, because I know that Disney itself has no control over that. That's going to be like a gaming company. At least give us a good Kenobi show. At least give us a trilogy of Kenobi. At least give us projects we actually want.
a
I
Vader
know there's people
series.
who like the sequels. Oh, we still need to do that for the pod. But
Ooh,
like,
we could do that the week I'm gone.
yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Episode 14. Stay tuned. But seriously, give us something most fans want. You're not going to please everybody,
No.
but I don't see a majority of fans wanting 5 more movies of Rey.
As somebody that liked the sequels, bro, I don't see a majority of fans wanting 5 more Raven films, dude. It doesn't make sense.
I'm not happy.
No, it to me it doesn't make any sense, bro. I'm gonna tell you what majority of us want. We want an Heir to the Empire trilogy. That is what we want. Like, bro, the kind of numbers that an Heir to the Empire trilogy could do, considering the fact that it would pretty much be the new sequels, bro. Brings back Luke, brings back Leia, brings back Han, Chewie. Like, bro, with Ahsoka, with the Ghost Crew, with Thrawn. Dog.
If that happens, and that is the new 7, 8, and 9, the sequels would be 10, 11, 12, and then that Kinberg would be 13, 14, 15. Wow.
Dude, that's the thing. They're not gonna do the Thrawn trilogy, bro. We're getting one movie. And right now they haven't even talked about it in so long.
We probably won't hear a thing about it until 2029. The movie's going to release in 2031. We won't get a trailer until 2032. And maybe about 5 years after that is when Star Wars Eclipse is coming out.
Chat. Homie just said we're gonna get the movie in 31, but get a trailer in 32.
I meant what I said.
I was like, what? But the Eclipse thing, that breaks my heart.
So that puts 2037 Eclipse coming out. We'll be 35 and 36 years old. Oh, sorry, 36, 37 years old.
That's unfortunate, bro.
But we'll be in our late 30s, bro, pushing 40 when the eclipse finally happens.
That just breaks my heart.
You know what would be sick? If they release Star Wars Eclipse on a day where there's an actual eclipse.
We look it up, and the next eclipse is supposed to happen in 2064. That'd be unfortunate, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff going on with Star Wars chat. It's very interesting. I will say, on a complete side note, chat, I'm really looking forward to the ideas and the content that I have in the works, because it is going to be some fun stuff, bro. Some fun stuff. And of course, the pod.
Right. Yeah, dude. I sat down the other day. I made like a list, probably like 15 different long form videos that I want to make soon. There's a lot of different content. I need to start making a little bit more DC content as well, not just Marvel.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, there's a lot of lore, dude. There's so much lore to make content on. And I kind of feel like I'm to the point where I'm starting to learn it a lot more too. And so I'm wanting to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I need to really read the Thrawn trilogy. I have it. I just haven't read it.
Ooh, you could do a whole series about Heir to the Empire, bro.
Dude, the Thrawn trilogy comics are on Marvel Unlimited.
What you got to do, you got to just get a bunch of Thrawn comics. You got to get the Heir to the Empire stories recorded, put them in a vault until the movie comes out.
Ooh, you think?
You could release a couple now, see how they do, but dude, save some of the heavy hitters for when that movie comes out.
Dang, I didn't think about that.
Or like after Mando and Grogu when they set it up.
Hopefully.
Watch this just be like a standalone film.
A
Nothing really
standalone.
crazy.
They just shoved a whole season's worth of stuff into a movie. That
And it should have just been season 4.
That will break my heart, to be honest. As much as I love Mando and Grogu. See, but that's the thing. With Zeb being in there, bro, there's no way it doesn't tie back to Ahsoka. It doesn't make any sense.
It could be something so small as like, oh yeah, they'll reunite at the very end. That's it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He finds out Ezra's back.
Honestly, too, after what you told me earlier, I hope that Wyatt Russell does not play Agent Callus.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even get me started, bro. Wow.
No.
Some Star Wars fans are crazy, chat. I'm sorry. It just is what it is.
Probably people who want 5-ray movies.
That's wild, chat. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and just take this off of private when we're done, chat. So honestly, this might be the way we make the pod for a little while. Just because we got so much less lag. And we kind of just, it was sweet and to the point.
Yeah, I liked it.
Also, too, I think hour and a half is probably going to be our norm unless we have a massive podcast planned. So that's going to be the plan. You need to remember that Vader thing and let me know so I can get started on it, because we should probably do that for the week that I'm leaving.
So not episode 13. So not next week, week after.
Yeah. So
actually, you're leaving next week.
Yeah, next Friday.
So we got to film 2 next week.
Yeah, we got to film next Thursday.
Sounds like a plan.
Big plan, bro. Yeah. Yeah, man. I am chat. I'm so excited for this journey, bro. To be perfectly honest with you, I think we're just getting started.
Oh, absolutely.
I think let's go ahead and throw it on the line, bro. What do you What do you want to accomplish subs wise by the end of the year? We got like
End of the
93
year,
days.
realistically, somewhere between 2 and 3,000 is what I think realistically is going to happen in the next 93 days.
That's fair.
I'm about 13, almost 1350 right now. So that's where I want to be, about 2 or 3K.
In the next
Max,
90 days, I want to hit 1K.
Yeah.
Yep. I want to hit 1K, but I also want monetization.
Yeah, that's what I really want. I want the hours.
Yep. Yeah, chat. We're super hyped. We're glad you guys joined us for episode 12. Super insane, bro. It was a banger though. Even though we
Absolutely.
had all kinds of technical difficulties, it was crazy. But yeah. And it just did it again. Wild, bro. Right when I'm talking about it, it lags. Insane. Peace, chat. We'll see you on the next one, man.